ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। So we'll chant later the 16th chapter, of which we are going to do a summary first. So Daivasura Sampat Vibhaga Yoga. We completed that last class. So you could have seen that the Charama Shatka, the last Shatka of this Bhagavad Gita, was in general the teaching of the Mahavakya or Mahavakya Upadesha, Asipada Vichara. We saw that. So Jiveshwara Aikyam. But if you look at 16th chapter, there is no Mahavakya Upadesha here, except towards the end where he's talking about Param Gatin for the person who has Devi Sampat, etc. And so the reason Krishna is spending so much time in the 16th chapter and also in the 17th chapter is he doesn't say it. Maybe he say it in various ways, but you need that refined mind. Samskara buddhi is required. We are all born and we lead a life, the child leads a life of ragadvesha pradhana life. Pure ragadvesha, nothing else. And because there are people taking care of the child doesn't have to worry about it. Simply ask for what it is. Rest of the time, just play around, eat whatever is available. Just no rules, no rules. So from there, to a mature, mature being is the journey of the human being. From there, look at that. If somebody were to have told us that, if somebody had told me like that, this is the journey of the human being. We are like this now. We are supposed to be more refined because you claim that human beings are the most advanced species. Advanced in what sense? If you ask, at least it would have made me think, advanced in what sense? What is the meaning of progress? What is the meaning of advancement, right? So here, human advancement means not technology advancement, but to really be a human being, to develop all those values that Krishna has talked about. And emotionally, I'm so weak. I might have everything, but still, if I'm insecure, that's not advancement. Okay. So, how can I become secure? Should be the question. And so, that is why the all the Upanishads assume that we have covered the Veda Purva Bhaga. Upanishad is Veda Anta, Vedanta. Veda Purva is Karma Kanda. Karma Kanda is voluminous because we need all that. We need all that. Repeatedly keep doing. All the karmas have to be done so that in the end I can be solid, I can be one piece, and then I can follow. Yamadharmaraja, etc. And so Vedanta is a small portion. Mahavakyam, what is there to talk about in the Mahavakyam? Once I'm ready, once I've gone through all this Veda Purva, then Mahavakya should be straightforward. And so that's why we have the ashramas also, brahmachari, pure study, and then grihastha, vanaprastha. Vanaprastha is there, preparatory to sannyasa. That is how the ashrama also is divided. Very beautiful. And so I cannot take that samskritatvam, samskaraha for granted. That refinement, that life I'm leading every day. I'm saying I'm working here, I'm working there, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm doing that, but in the process, what am I becoming? That I should be clear about. And so that Krishna does not want us to take for granted. And that's why the entire 16th chapter, Devasura Sampat, it may even seem obvious to us, why should Krishna spend an entire chapter on that? Well, it's important. It's important. These are the things many people say, "Well, study Gita, I like it, I understand it, but after I go home, life is like it was before." Why do they say that? Well, that's why 16th chapter and 17 is useful. We need to just strengthen our values and attitudes. Okay? So that preparation is so critical. And it is there in all areas also. Preparation. The child gets prepared with all the basics, ABCs, then the language, then a little bit of science, and then everything is needed, prepared. The ground is prepared all the way. And then geography, history, everything is there. History doesn't prepare us. Indian history doesn't prepare us. It ruins us. But still, let's say it prepares us. And so prepares us, and then 11th, 12th, and then ready for college. Ready to be able to choose what I want to do. Even to choose what I want to do, I need some preparation, some grounding, some exposure. All things are. Sometimes, even after 12th grade, the guy doesn't know what. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to choose something? Yeah, you're supposed to choose. College is a time where you have to choose whether you want to be in arts or history or sciences or engineering or medicine, what. Even to choose, it takes so much preparation. So much preparation is there. And farmers will tell you how much preparation is there. Tilling of the land and the crop rotation is there. So much is there because the seed has to grow. Of course, life depends on that. And their whole life is all about seeds and growth and harvesting and feeding the rest of the world. And so they know all about preparing the ground. And so the 16th and 17th chapter is all about Manushya Samskara, not Vedanta. Manushya Samskara. Samyak Kriyate iti Samskara. A beautiful word. Prakrita Purushaha. Child is Prakrita Purushaha. Children are Prakrita. They don't know. They're just children. Children. They just do. They're innocent, very innocent. And so from that innocence, not smart, but Samskrita Purusha. That means knowing how to talk, knowing, appreciating people's feelings, and then knowing what's right, wrong. All these things are Samskrita. And so that Manushya Samskaraha is talked about in 16 and also in 17. And we're not going to review each value. Swamiji does a good job. He doesn't review the values. Because values, all this darpaha, etc., we know. And so he categorizes. He says, we're going to talk about four type of things. Manushya Drishtiya. As a human being, how can I refine myself? Just plain human being, applying to everybody. As a karta, how can I refine myself? Number two, karta. Kartri Drishtiya Samskara. Number three, bhokta. Bhoktri Drishtiya. As an experiencer, what can I do to myself? Vered Atmanatmana. Then, as a mumukshu, finally mumukshu. Because Shastra means for us, we're all mumukshus. And so, moktum icha. Then, as that kind of a person, mumukshu, how can I improve myself? So, manushya drishtya samskaraha, kartri drishtya samskaraha, bhoktri drishtya samskaraha, mumukshu drishtya samskara. That is how he divides it. And so, the last one is applicable to us. The first three are applicable to everybody else. Okay, Manushya. Manushya Samskaraha, most people know, like good health. Good health. You don't need to study Bhagavad Gita to figure out I have to keep a good health. No. Good health is commonly understood and commonly touted also. And so that health means again that you can divide into two or three: physical health, emotional health, and intellectual health. These three we have to take care of. From childhood onwards, parents help children take care of these things. So, physical health. Even in our chanting, Shanti mantras, there are these mantras. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, we'll leave it for emotional. But physical is the भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्ट्वागुंसस्तनूभिः. Let me sthiraihi angai. So let me have proper health. Because in order for me to study the Shastra, I need some proper health. Minimum basic health is required. Body parts should cooperate so that I can pay attention. The mind cannot pay attention if my body is in pain. And so sthirairangaihi stushtuvakam sastanubihi. Like that, the mantra says, and other things are there. And so that's very obvious. There are infinite number of books on diet and health, exercise and yoga. Yoga is very big. So all that. So yoga, people look at it as a means for physical health. And by the way, emotional health can also improve. All right. So that's physical health. Then emotional health, which Krishna talks a lot about in almost every chapter. Second chapter also he had said that ashantasya kutas sukham. So there, that he's saying you can study Bhagavad Gita, but before studying Bhagavad Gita, you just have to learn to be contented. That contentment is so important, and so that's a preparation to come to Bhagavad Gita. Only then Bhagavad Gita message will be obvious. Otherwise, it will be irrelevant. Irrelevant, and so mind becomes an obstacle. Mind cannot A mind becomes an obstacle in the Bhagavad Gita class. If I'm not ready for it, if I have all kinds of concerns, and if I don't know how to handle concerns, then Upanishad is not the class that I should be sitting in, right? All right. So therefore, Devi and Asuri Sampat comes in this category, emotional well-being. These days I see websites and all, I go and then they list all these things. Emotional intelligence, mindfulness, use a lot of words. Very, it sounds very. I never heard these words when I was working. And then,
Emotional
huh?
quotient. Emotional quotient.
Emotional quotient, EQ. Intelligent quotient is gone. Now it is all emotional quotient. EQ. Wow. All very nice words. And so important also. Yes. Emotional leadership. And then they have all these words.
Mindfulness.
Mindfulness. So good leaders, they talk about good leaders. Who are good leaders? And then they say people who are emotionally sound. Need not be intellectually from great institutes, number one. No, not like such people will not make good leaders if they are not emotionally sound and strong. All right. So that's emotional. So physical health, emotional health, all the stress management and all that comes under this category. And then intellectual health, basic logic, basic common sense, okay, intellectual ability to reason things out, and so capacity to learn. I want to learn that the capacity to learn even from anybody, even from a laborer. That person is a laborer. I am a big guy, big shot. Okay, you're a big shot, but the laborer also knows a lot of stuff that you can't touch, and so that attitude is useful to have. Useful to have. So that way, I'm open. I'm open to learning things that are new, and communication, clear communication. Companies spend a lot of time on communication. I remember I used to wonder what is all this communication. It took me a while to even understand the importance of communication. Expressing something, that's not communication. Make sure they've understood. Did they understand what you want them to understand? And for that, you have to get feedback. Without feedback, you won't know whether they got it or not. So communication is not a straightforward process. And so all that is there, part of this. And those days, it seems children were taught what is called Tarka Shastra. Children means in the Veda Patashala. They were taught Tarka Shastra. Tarka means logic. They were taught logic also. It means you have to lead a logical life, obviously. Being illogical does not make for good life. And so the Tarka Shastram itself is there. Okay. And so in basic conversations also, Shastram, learning our Shastram, yeah, you need logic. You can apply logic all the time. But even to lead a normal life, logic, Tarka Shastram. Okay. And so in our, when you read the Tikas, read Shankara's Bhashyam and then the commentaries on the commentary called Tika, you'll find this. The commentators will explain Shankaracharya's words. What does that sentence mean? Why did he use that word? Like that, they explain. And a lot of tarka is involved there. Tarka, logic again. Because we may not understand that. And somebody has to explain it. So that is all part of tarka. And footnotes. Notes. In those days, for us at least, it was there. And our English, in our English classes, they used to teach us what is called Preci writing. Preci, Precis, it is called. Preci. Yeah, many of you are not.
One third of the whole thing, more or less.
Something like that. And so, I mean, I don't, I'm not sure. Preci is such an important thing. It requires us to first grasp what is being said and then be able to say, you know what, you could easily reduce this. This is a lot of words. It's very verbose. You can reduce it. You can save time by saying it in this many lines. I should have taught. I mean, you need a good teacher to teach this. And so we studied for exams, and then we said, okay, every third line you keep on writing, and then you will get one third, right? Every third line becomes one third. And then the teacher doesn't have time to read all these things. How much they will read? My goodness, teacher's job is a thankless job. And she will keep on reading this, everybody's answers. And after some time, what will happen? Is it one third the size or not? Yeah, pretty good. You did a good job. And so that's not what Prezi is. Prezi is really, it requires a lot of thought process. Did you understand what was said? And did you express the most important parts of the text in your Prezi? That's how it should be. If you wrote one third, but you missed out some three key points, then you're not that correct, not entirely correct. So, Prezi, these are all important. So, the children can be taught, hey, this, your father said so much in the last 10 minutes. Can you summarize it in 3 sentences? Yeah, I think some children are smart. When you ask and give them that, they are very smart. They're very good. They'll tell you. Yeah, he was just doing this. What he's saying is, come home early. That's what he said. We went like this 10 minutes. He gave me a lecture. Correct. That's good praise. I think that must be the right way to teach him. All right. Anyway, and so we have all these kinds of preparatory mechanisms we had. In Sanskrit, we have something called Ashtadhyaya. Those who learn Ashtadhyaya. I'm working with somebody right now to understand how this Panini's Ashtadhyayi has been used in artificial intelligence, neural networks, neuroprogramming. People keep on saying Sanskrit is used here, used there, and natural language processing and all. I called him up and I said, you teach me. Every week we are meeting for 1 hour. He's explaining. He's an expert in this in California. So Ramsundar. So yeah, one day we'll have a lecture by him. We'll hear him. Somebody says Sanskrit is used in computers. What do you mean by Sanskrit is used in computers? Simply saying this without understanding what it is I'm not happy with. And so that is coming up. So anyway, physical health, emotional health, intellectual health.
Jaykumarji,
Yeah.
Jaykumarji, when you have time, could you please explain this how the Sanskrit is used? I was always wondering every time I listen to that. You don't have to be today. Whenever you have the time, then in the
We'll do
class
that.
of satsang, please
We'll,
explain. Thank
we'll
you.
do that. We'll do that. I'm still learning, so it'll take some time. All right. So this 3 types of health. And then integration of everything. Integration. We're not going to be health for health's sake, intellectual health for intellectual self. Somehow I must be smart. No, there is no somehow I must be smart is not the goal. So Ashtanga Yoga and all was developed for this integration. Mind-body integration, you ask them, they will tell you. Atha yoganushashanam chitta vritti nirodha, yogas chitta vritti nirodha. So mind-body integration. It is not moksha shastra. Ashtanga Yoga is not moksha shastra. It's mind-body integration. It's how to maximize what? Maximize your full potential. And the body is an instrument. And how you can keep this instrument really like the knife. Yesterday, she called me and said, this is not cutting. I had to, there used to be those days, they used to have this shana. Shana means a guy comes in a bicycle and he will grind, he will make the knife sharp. He'll sharpen the knives and everybody will come stand in a line and then everybody gets their knives. He'll sharpen. These days, that guy I think he's finding that he can't lead a good life with this kind of a business. Yeah, everybody's throwing the knife and buying another knife for 50 rupees, 100 rupees. So anyway, like that, we have to sharpen this body and mind. It's meant for that. And so that integration is the last part of this. Manushya Drishti Samskara. Applicable to anybody. All right, that's number 1. Number 2, Kartri Samskara or Kartri Drishtiya Samskara. So now I'm a Karta. I am supposed to be an agent of action. The Manushya is the only being on the face of earth who is a Karta, who can do stuff. Massive progress has happened because of this Kartritva. And massive damage also has happened because of Kartritva. Therefore, Karta, it looks like Karti Samskara is important. And essentially, being thoughtful and wise about what we do. That is the basic samskara here. And so, impulsive actions, mechanical actions, a lot of things we do which are like that. So try to reduce impulsive actions, make actions more and more deliberate. Deliberate. I've been doing this for a long time. Why am I really doing it? I don't know why I'm doing it. Okay, start doing it. Or find out from somebody why you should do this. So it's called taking a step back and questioning what we do periodically, practicing better, uh, planning things out. We all do planning, of course, but there are areas where we fall short. Important things we don't plan out. Okay, medium medium range we can plan, but the idea of short term, long term planning and how it benefits us, it doesn't benefit something. If you thought some project was good and you did something, but now it's of no use, just drop it. Don't be afraid. Just drop it. Waste of time, money, this, that. Yeah, money is meant to be wasted anyway. So you can drop it. And so, like this, proper life to be led, pursuits have to be proper, hobbies have to be proper, art, music, dance, drama, etc. Yes, all that is needed. A right amount of music is needed, right amount these co-curricular activities and the occasions are all that. How do you choose? So thus far, no more. I must know when to draw the line. So all that kartru samskara, this all of us practice periodically. All the time we do this. And so thinking of the larger good, slowly with time, thinking of the larger good. All along, I've been taking care of me and my family, me and my family. This is how we spend our entire life. But now larger, larger good, larger. So, so that's always good. And then seeking help. Seeking help when I cannot help myself. That's very intelligent living. That's Swamiji's famous statement. Intelligent living is what? Seeking help when I really need help is called intelligent. So that's just for want of some advice. Help can be how do I do a particular thing, that kind of thing. How do I approach this? Or I'm in trouble. My family is in trouble. My marriage is in trouble. So these are all things we never learn. Nobody teaches children, college people. Nobody teaches. Uh, but these are the problems we have also. It's ironic. The biggest problems we have in life, colleges don't teach, schools don't teach. It's amazing. That's why all these programs that we are doing for children is very valuable. Anyway, Kartri Samskara. This is not new to any of us. Kartri Samskara. So being thoughtful and wise about what we do, how we pursue our life. The next 10 years, how am I going to lead? What do I want to accomplish in the next 10 years? I am 50 years old. At 60, what do I want to be? Good planning. Good planning. Where do I want to put my time? I've been spending in the last 10 years on photography and some hobbies, cycling and picnics and mountain climbing and all that. Is this what I want to do for the next 10 years? Ask yourself that. So that's Kartri Samskara. Next, third one. Bhoktri Samskara. Bhokta. Because a human being is essentially a Bhokta also. Karta is working for the Bhokta. Correct? Bhokta is the master. Bhokta is the boss. Karta is the one employee who is doing all the things for the Bhokta. So Bhokta is also very important, the experiencer. Okay. So here also, Swamiji says, we love pleasant experiences and we hate unpleasant experiences. But then the smart person says, experiences are always going to be a mix. Always going to be a mix. For anybody, the intelligent person also, it's going to be a mixture. And for any person, for the poor person also, it is like that. Wealthy person also, it's going to be a mix. And so, better understand this upfront. Better understand that everybody is a Mishra. Your last name may be Govindarajan, but you're also a Mishra only. Add Mishra to the end, and then remind yourself. Okay, it's going to be a mix, and so that we can understand Krishna's statement, Tasmat apariharyete natvam shochitum arhasi. Apariharyete, you can't change it. There's certain thing you can't change. So better understand that there are a lot of things you can't change. And there are things you change, better focus. Kartri drishti, better understand what are the things that I can contribute towards. Okay, that clarity is needed. So therefore, basic appreciation of experiences. Experiences are also always going to be a mix. So don't become idealistic. Work hard, but don't be prepared for the worst. Okay. Number two, within this Bhokti Drishti, right? Prepare yourself. Now that I know that this experiences are going to be a mix, now I need to have a shock absorber to deal with all those unpleasant experiences. Whatever way you can, you do it and talk about it. And just like you can't stop the rain, you need rain also. But at the same time, you have to step out. So you carry an umbrella or a raincoat. And so that's the way to protect yourself. So like this, we have to protect ourselves by whatever technique we learn these things along the way, and definitely include prarthana, prayer, puja, parayanadi in this, because that is the greatest shock. Ishvara is the greatest shock absorber for all of us. I think all of us will agree. Finally, he is the greatest shock absorber. And so that is second part of this bhoktri drishti samskaraha. And then this is a very interesting one. Let those poor bad experiences, traumatic experiences, not affect the karta negatively. Karta is there, bhokta is there, correct? Karta is the doer, the planner, the charger, the go-getter. Go-getter should not be affected by the bhokta, should not be disillusioned by the bhokta. These experiences should not disillusion me. When I say I'm disillusioned, means what? Means what? Hey, I had so much energy last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 6 months, 1 year. You had energy, you were doing well. What happened? No, I'm not sure whether college education is good for me or not. That's it. Oh, the parents are going to say, what? What are you saying? Now the parents are disillusioned. What? College education is not good for you? Is that the conclusion you're coming? What happened? Oh, this, that, this. These children will come up with all kinds of excuses. And so, karta, insulate karta from the bhokta. Karta, let karta be free. Free to plan, free to be creative. Creativity needs a lot of room. In a constrained space, you can't be creative. Creativity needs a lot of leisure is needed. And so, protect that karta from the bhokta. Right? It's a beautiful one. Swamiji mentions that. And children won't know this. And so we have to learn this. Keep them. Yes, I had a bad experience. Or somebody is not well at home. Parent is taking care of the child. But the parent has to go to work. Now what? This is going to affect my work. Child's sickness is going to affect the parent's work. Well, how can I not let this affect my work? Okay, that's a way to practice. All right. And then capacity to learn from all the experiences. Good experiences we like, unpleasant experiences we don't like. Okay, I don't like unpleasant experiences, But who says I can't learn from unpleasant experiences? Abdul Kalam. He says, if you fail at first, don't stop. Because fail means, what did he say? First attempt in learning. First attempt in learning, it seems. Beautiful. First attempt in learning. That's what is fail. There is no such thing as failing. It's first. No, I failed the second time also. Okay. First attempts in learning. Put a plural there. That's all. This is a famous thing I read long ago. I don't know if it's true or not. This Thomas Alva Edison was asked, famously, 1,000 times I failed, he failed it before he produced this bulb. He asked him, what do you think of these failures? He said, I know 1,000 ways not to make a bulb. I know 1,000 ways not to make a bulb. Arey wah, kya baat hai. Right? That's a great attitude. I wish I had that attitude. Yeah, that is what is called capacity to learn from experience. Some people are very good at it. And so we need to latch on to such people so that some of that rubs on our shoulders also. Correct? We should get that, some of that attitude. And so, otherwise, then later on, Krishna is going to say, Sukha dukkhe same kritva labha labho jaya jayo. How am I going to understand that statement if I don't already have that before? Okay. Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Oh, really? I have authority over action, but I have no control over results. But that should not stop me from doing anything I want. All right. So these are all capacity to learn from experiences and thereby that Bhoktru Drishti Samskara. Nice, very interesting way of dividing. So if you are talking to young adults or other adults also, you can think along these lines. See how you can bring the Shastra to bear upon our own life. All right. Manushya samskaraha, kartri samskaraha, bhoktru samskaraha. Now, mumukshu drishtya samskara. Mumukshu samskara. And so this is important for all of us. Eventually important for everybody. Now, look at this. So, three factors which we already have seen before. Ishvara, Guruhu, Shastra. We have to build our association with Ishvara, Bhagavan, which we have been building. And so, strengthen that Ishvara association. Guru has to come to our life. Parikshalokan karmachitan nirvedamayat brahmana nasti akrita kritena sa gurumeva vigachet. Gurumeva vigachet. So that person has to go to a guru because this life is over. That's it. You have done everything. In future, it's all going to be all this plus minus, plus minus, plus minus. This is what the life is going. Previous life also was like that. If I go to Swarga also, it's going to be like that too. So now what? What's new? I don't know what's new. A guru can tell me that. Okay. Tadvidhi pranipatena. Bhagavad Gita. Pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Fourth chapter we learned. So, Guru has to appear. And then, so Ishvaraha, Guruhu, Shastra. Shastram is what tells the Mahavakya. Final word Shastram only has. Who has to unlock that? So we have this Ishvara Kripa, Guru Kripa, Shastra Kripa. Saw this earlier also. And there is one more Kripa before that. What is that?
Atma Kripa.
Atma Kripa is there. The first three things we talked about, Manushya Samskaraha, Kartu Samskaraha, Bhokta Samskaraha, comes in the category of Atma Kripa. Atma Kripa means I must take care of myself. Buddhare Atmanatmanam Natmavasadaye Atmaiva Hyatmano Bandhu Atmaiva Rupuratmanaha. Which chapter was that? Sixth chapter, was it?
Sixth chapter.
6.
Yes.
Yeah. So sixth chapter we saw it. Hey, you help yourself. There is Atman Atman. It doesn't say anything about others. It takes, you have to tell yourself sometimes, no, I will not succumb to all these experiences that I will not. If I say I will not succumb, then no experience can do damage to me. No experience, nobody, no institution, nothing can do anything to me. Correct? And so, Uddhared Atman Atman. Don't worry. If you have to make your own decisions, come back. If you have to retreat, retreat. Take 2-3 steps back if needed, and then reassess the whole. That's all Atma Kripa. Then Ishvara Kripa, Guru Kripa, and Shastra Kripa. So those three come under this Mumukshu Sanskara. Developing the Mumukshutvam in me, that desire for moksha. There is something called moksha. Because only people who have gone through all kinds of experiences can really appreciate this. Even though Shastram does not say that you must have traumatic experiences in order to really appreciate what the Upanishad is saying. No, Shastram doesn't say that. Vivekam, Vairagyam, etc. is there. But that Vairagyam comes only when you go through tough experiences. Then you realize, okay, this is how it is. And yeah, I went through a lot of traumatic experiences. You know what? Everybody goes through traumatic experiences, not just me. Why am I victimizing myself? Ah, that's very relaxed. The thought is itself very soothing. Yeah, I've been victimizing myself. Yeah, I did not expect this kind of trauma to happen to me, but it's okay. This is a part of life. Part of life. If life is there, death is going to be there. And so, why should I take? Did I take everything for granted? Yeah, I took a lot for granted. All right, let it be a good lesson for me. Okay, so Ishvara Kripa, ye me matamidam, Krishna had said that already. Ye me matamidam nityam anutishtanti manavaha shraddha vanto anasuyantaha muchyante tepi karmabhihi. Hey, those who recognize me as the karma phaladata, as the jagat karta, everything is given to me in a platter. And so, in a platter by whom? Sri Krishna, it was given to me. Okay, so yo yam yam tanum bhaktaha shraddhaya chitum ichhati. That also was there in the 7th chapter. Tasya tasya chalam shraddham tamema vidadhamyaham. Like this, so many shlokas here already said. Develop the bhakti, develop the connection to Ishvara. Connection to Ishvara. Look at that. Swamiji made this statement once. I still remember it. Long ago, he said, hey, we depend on all our relationships. Relationships give us a lot of strength. Our children give us a lot of strength. Our parents give a lot of strength. Our friends give us a lot of strength. Correct. Make use of all of them. Make use of all of them. But always keep in mind that all these relationships are temporary. Nothing can last. That is why we go through a lot of trauma. And then, no, tell yourself nothing will last. The only permanent relationship is my relationship with Ishvara, Parameshwara. Vaishnavites will say Kannan. Kannan only. Kannan. Kannane yen kanavan. Like that, there is a song. Kannan. You have to say Kannan. Only then they will, their eyes will open up. So, I have to strengthen that relationship with Bhagavan. Even Ishta Devata is there. Build that relationship. All right. Then, Guru, a question may be there. Can I change my Ishta Devata? What is Ishta Devata? Hey, for many years I've been worshipping Ganesha. Ganesha is my Ishta Devata. You don't have to give up Ganesha. There is no need to give up. Ganesha is good enough. Enough what? As though we are comparing all these devatas. No, you can stick. But then, when you change track, and then you become a mumukshu and you start studying, etc., then Ishta Devata can change. can change. Need not change, but it can change. Then Dakshinamurti, Guru, all the Guru Purnima becomes important. Then you celebrate Ganapati, this, what do you call that? Vinayaka Chaturthi or not, this Guru Purnima becomes very important. Bhagavad Gita Jayanti becomes important. Vyasa Purnima becomes important. Suddenly that rises up. So you don't have to give up anything, but you can appreciate all these new associations, Guru association with Guru. And so, which is not, somebody told me recently, he said, he was, he drove a sannyasi, went around in the city. Sannyasi was visiting, and he drove him around. So I feel very blessed. I said, yeah, it's a big blessing. Then he said, I want to drive you also around when you come to this city. He told me that. I told him, yeah, that is all good. You can drive me around. I don't have a problem with that. But some more important for you than that is attending classes. Because guy has stopped attending classes. Driving, he wants to drive me around it. So I was very clear. You can drive me. All these ideas are fine. Nothing wrong with it. But not at the expense of Shravanam. This is the idea there. So Guruhu means what? Simply going and doing namaskar to Guru every morning. I want to go to Guru's home and do. Hey, you can do namaskar to Guru, but first of all, you have to prove that he is your Guru. If you don't study, how can he be your Guru? So first prove that. And so Shravanam is important. Then Shastram. Ishvaraha. Guruhu. Shastram is the ultimate authority. And in this chapter, last shloka is what? Tasmat Shastram Pramanante Karya Vyavasthitam. So Brahma Yajna, Pancha Mahayajna, the Brahma Yajna is the Brahma Yajna means Shastra Adhyayana Pravachanam, called Brahma Yajna. So those are the four categories in which we have to, the samskara, this Daivasuri Sampat helps us refine ourselves. We're constantly improving ourselves. So that's what is being talked about here. Manushya samskaraha, kartri samskaraha, bhoktri samskaraha, mumukshu samskaraha. And so if you look at the shlokas itself, you have some time, we can actually chant the shlokas. First three shlokas, Daivi Sampat. Let's chant the first three. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Bhagavan
Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhihi
Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhihi
Jnana Yoga Vyavasthitaha.
Jnana Yoga Vyavasthitihi
Vyavasthitihi. Thank you. Dhanam Damascha Yajnascha
Dhanam Damascha Yajnascha
Swadhyayastapa Arjavam
Swadhyayastapa Arjavam
Ahimsa Satyamakrodhaha
Ahimsa Satyamakrodaha
Tyaga Shantirapaishunam
Tyagashantirapayishunam
Daya Bhuteshvalo Luptvam
Daya Bhuteshvalo Luptvam
Mardavam Khrira Chapalam
Mardavam Hira Chapalam
Tejaha Kshama Dhriti Shaucham
Tejaha Kshamadriti Shaucham
Adroho Natimanita
Adroho Nati Manita
Bhavanti Sampadam Daivim
Bhavanti Sampadam Daivim
Bhijatasya Bharata.
Abhijatasya Bharata.
So these three In these three shlokas, Krishna is talking about Daivi Sampat. Next, he is going to give a brief introduction and then mixing it along with Asuri Sampat all the way up till 21. So let's chant that from 4th onwards. Ajnanam chabhijatasya.
Ajnanam
Sorry,
chabi.
sorry.
Yeah.
Dambho darpobhimanascha.
Dambho darpobhimanascha.
Krodhah parushyameva cha.
Krodha parushyameva cha.
Ajnanam chabhijatasya.
Ajnanam chabijatasya.
Partha sampadamasurim.
Partha sampadamasurim.
Daivi sampatti
Daivi sampadvimokshaya.
Nibandhaya surimata.
Nibandhaya surimata.
Mashucha sampadam daivim.
Mashucha sampadam daivim.
Abhijatosi pandava.
Abhijatosi pandava.
Vau bhuta sargau lokesmin.
Dvau bhuta sargau lokesmin.
Daiva asura evacha.
Daiva asura eva cha.
Daivo vistarashah proktaha.
Daivo vistarasha proktaha.
Asuram parthame shrunu.
Asuram partha me shrunu.
Pravrittincha nivrittincha.
Pravrittincha nivrittincha.
Janana vidurasuraha.
Janana vidurasuraha.
Na shaucham napi chacharaha.
Na shaucham napi chacharaha.
Na satyam teshu vidyate.
Na satyam teshu vidyate.
Asatyam apratishthante.
Asatyam apratishthante.
Jagadahuranishwaram.
Jagadahuranishwaram.
Aparaspara sambhutam.
Aparaspara sambhutam.
Kimanyat kamahaitukam.
Kimanyat kamahaitukam.
Etam drishtimavashtabhya.
Yetam drishtimavastabhyah.
Illa avashtabhya.
Sorry. Yetam drishtimavastabhyah.
No visarga.
There is visarga in my book. So, okay.
It's a left.
Yetam drishtimavastabhyah.
Nashtatmanolpabuddhayah.
Nashtatmanolpabuddhayah.
Prabhavantyugrakarmanah.
Prabhavantyugrakarmanah.
Kshayaya jagato hitaah.
Kshayaya jagato hitaah.
Kamamashritya dushpuram.
Kamamashritya dushpuram.
Dambhamanamadānvitaah.
Dambhamanamadānvitaah.
Mohat gृहीत्वा satgrahan.
Mohat grihitva sadgrahan.
Pravartante shuchivrataah.
Pravartante shuchivrataah.
Yeah, if somebody else wants next. Chintamaparimeyancha.
चिन्तामपरिमेयां च
Pralayantamupashritaah.
प्रलयान्तामुपाश्रिताः
कामोपभोगपरमाः
कामोपभोगपरमाः
एतावदिति निश्चिताः
एतावत् इति निश्चिताः
आशापाशशतैर्बद्धाः
आशापाशशतैर्बद्धाः
कामक्रोधपरायणाः
कामक्रोधपरायणाः
ईहन्ते कामभोगार्थम्
इहन्ते कामभोगार्थम्
अन्यायेनार्थसञ्चयान्
अन्यायेनार्थसञ्चयान्
इदमद्य मया लब्धम्
इदमद्य मया लब्धम्
इमं प्राप्स्ये मनोरथम्
इमं प्राप्स्ये मनोरथम्
इदमस्तीदमपि मे
इदमस्तीदमपि मे
भविष्यति पुनर्धनम्
भविष्यति पुनर्धनम्
असौ मया हतः शत्रुः
असौ मया हतः शत्रुः
हनिष्ये चापरानपि
हनिष्ये चापरानपि
ईश्वरोऽहमहं भोगी
ईश्वरोऽहमहं भोगी
सिद्धोऽहं बलवान् सुखी
सिद्धोऽहं बलवान् सुखी
आढ्योऽभिजनवानस्मि
आद्योऽभिजनवानस्मि
कोऽन्योऽस्ति सदृशो मया
कोऽन्योऽस्ति सदृशो मया
यक्ष्ये दास्यामि मोदिष्ये
यक्ष्ये दास्यामि मोदिष्ये
इत्यज्ञानविमोहिताः
इत्यज्ञानविमोहिताः
Yeah, somebody else can take turn now. अनेकचित्तविभ्रान्ताः
अनेकचित्तविभ्रान्ताः
मोहजालसमावृताः
मोहजालसमावृताः
प्रसक्ताः कामभोगेषु
प्रसक्ताः कामभोगेषु
पतन्ति नरकेषु च
पतन्ति नरकेषु च
आत्मसम्भाविताः स्तब्धाः
आत्मसम्भाविताः स्तब्धाः
धनमानमदान्विताः
धनमानमदान्विताः
यजन्ते नाम यज्ञैस्ते
यजन्ते नाम यज्ञैस्ते
दम्भेनाविधिपूर्वकम्
दम्भेनाविधिपूर्वकम्
अहङ्कारं बलं दर्पम्
अहङ्कारं बलं दर्पम्
कामं क्रोधं च संश्रिताः
कामं क्रोधं च संश्रिताः
मामात्मपरदेहेषु
मामात्मपरदेहेषु
प्रद्विषन्तोऽभ्यसूयकाः
तद्विषन्थोऽभ्यसूयकाः
तानहं द्विषतः क्रूरान्
तानहं द्विषदः क्रूरान्
संसारेषु नराधमान्
सारेषु नराधमान्
क्षिपाम्यजस्रमशुभान्
क्षिपाम्यजस्रमशुभान्
आसुरीष्वेव योनिषु
आसुरीष्वेव योनिषु
आसुरीं योनिमापन्नाः
आसुरीं योनिमापन्नाः
मूढा जन्मनि जन्मनि
मूढा जन्मनि जन्मनि
मामप्राप्यैव कौन्तेय
मामप्राप्यैव कौन्तेय
ततो यान्त्यधमां गतिम्.
अथो यान्त्यधमां गतिम्
One more. त्रिविधं नरकस्येदम्
त्रिविधं नरकस्येदम्
द्वारं नाशनमात्मनः.
आरं नाशनमात्मनः
कामः क्रोधस्तथा लोभः
कामः क्रोधस्तथा लोभः
तस्मादेतत्त्रयं त्यजेत्.
मादेतत्रयं त्यजेत्
So until this 4 to 21, Krishna talked about the Asuri Sampat. And the last 3, 22, 23, and 24 talks about the importance of Shastra. Krishna comes to the Shastra. एतैर्विमुक्तः कौन्तेय
एतैर्विमुक्तकौन्तेय
तमोद्वारैस्त्रिभिर्नरः
तमोद्वारैस्त्रिभिर्नरः
आचरत्यात्मनः श्रेयः
आचरत्यात्मनः श्रेयः
ततो याति परां गतिम्.
ततो याति परां गतिम्
यः शास्त्रविधिमुत्सृज्य
यः शास्त्रविधिमुत्सृज्य
वर्तते कामकारतः
वर्तते कामकारतः
न स सिद्धिमवाप्नोति
न स सिद्धिमवाप्नोति
न सुखं न परां गतिम्.
न सुखं न परां गतिम्
तस्मात् शास्त्रं प्रमाणन्ते
तस्मात् छात्रं प्रमाणं ते
कार्याकार्यव्यवस्थितौ
कार्याकार्यव्यवस्थितौ
ज्ञात्वा शास्त्रविधानोक्तम्
ज्ञात्वा शास्त्रविधानोक्तं
कर्म कर्तुमिहार्हसि.
कर्म कर्तुमिहार्हसि
ॐ तत्सत्
ॐ तत्सत्
इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु
इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु
उपनिषत्सु
उपनिषत्सु
ब्रह्मविद्यायां
ब्रह्मविद्यायां
योगशास्त्रे
योगशास्त्रे
श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे
श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे
दैवासुरसम्पद्विभागयोगो नाम
दैवासुरसम्पद्विभागयोगो नाम
षोडशोऽध्यायः.
षोडशोऽध्यायः
So in these 3 slokas, Krishna is highlighting the Shastra. Tasmat Shastram Pramanante, like that he says. So he comes back to Shastram, and in the Taittiriya Upanishad, there is a beautiful mantra. Satyamiti satyavacharathitaraha tapa iti tapo nityah paurushishtihi. Tapaha. They're talking about tapaha. What is tapas? Tapa iti tapo nityah paurushishtihi. स्वाध्याय प्रवचने एवेति नाको मौद्गल्यः. So then this Maudgalya, Naka, Rishi's name is Nakaha, who is the son of Mudgalya. Eveti nako Maudgalyaha. What did he say? Swadhyaya pravachane eveti. Okay. Tadhi tapas tadhi tapaha. That is tapas, he says. What is tapas? Swadhyaya pravachane. That means what? Swadhyaya and pravachanam. Finally, study and teach Shastra. That is called tapas. You were wondering what kind of tapas should I do, Shirshasana and all. Oh my God, at this age I can't do Shirshasana and all these thoughts. Sometimes we get all these thoughts because we are not clear. We're not clear about what. Whatever yoga you can do. Asanas are there. You can do Shirshasana also. You can do it. It's very good for you if you can do it. But if you don't do it, it is not a great loss because Adhyaya pravachane evedina homo kalyaha. Keep the goal in mind. Tapaha is what is tapas is. So with that, and who understood this most? Our Macaulay understood this the best. He did not understand. Nobody taught me all these things. Macaulay understood this Swadhyaya Pravachana. Therefore, he said, you get the Sanskrit Swadhyaya and Pravachana out of these Indians, and then they will be willing slaves of the British, of us. This is what he said in the British Parliament after studying India. Guess what? Our education is the product of that kind of thinking. Macaulayan education. Anyway, that is just by the way. So, Tasmat Shastram Pramanante. With that, this chapter, Daivasura Sampat Vibhaga Yoga is complete. Om Apadamapahartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokabhiramam Sriramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham.